On dusty training fields and global stadium tracks, Nigerian sportswomen continue to challenge silence, stereotypes, and systemic inequality while carrying the nation's hopes on their shoulders. Across football, athletics, wrestling, and basketball, Nigerian women have achieved remarkable success despite long-standing gender bias within the country's sports system. Historically, sports participation in Nigeria was largely male-dominated, reflecting broader social attitudes that limited women's involvement in competitive athletics. For decades, female athletes struggled with poor funding, minimal media coverage, and cultural perceptions that sports were unsuitable for women. Yet persistence and determination have gradually shaped this narrative. Statistics illustrate the powerful impact of women in Nigerian sports. Female athletes have contributed more than 70% of Nigeria's Olympic medals, demonstrating their immense role in the country's international sporting achievements. In continental competitions such as the African Games and Commonwealth Games, Nigerian women have also frequently delivered a large share of the country's medal haul, highlighting their growing dominance in global competitions. One of the most prominent examples of this excellence is Odla Toby Amuson, who became the first African woman to win a World Championship gold medal in the 100-meter hurdles and set a world record in 2022. In football, stars such as Asisat Oshoala and Rashidat Ajibade have elevated the reputation of the Super Falcons, Africa's most successful women's national team. Their performance have inspired a new generation of girls across Nigeria to pursue football and other sports professionally. However, success has not eliminated structural challenges. Gender discrimination remains deeply embedded in sports administration and funding structures. Female athletes frequently receive lower pay and fewer incentives than their male counterparts. Women's national teams have historically received smaller bonuses compared to male teams representing Nigeria in international tournaments. Pay disparities and limited sponsorship opportunities often discourage young girls from pursuing sports careers. Cultural barriers also persist, particularly in some conservative communities, where female participation in sports may still be viewed as inappropriate and unfeminine. Reports from grassroots football academics reveals that many girls continue to face ridicule or social pressure for pursuing athletics. Nevertheless, growing youth programs and school competitions are gradually changing these attitudes by promoting sports as an inclusive space for both genders. Progress is increasingly visible. Female athletes have gained greater recognition in recent years, with sports administrators and policymakers acknowledging their contributions to Nigeria's sporting success. Women have not only won medals but also expanded the visibility of women's sports across Africa. Domestic competitions and grassroots programs are also helping to strengthen opportunities for female athletes while nurturing emerging talent. Nevertheless, some critics argue that gender inequality in sports is gradually declining and that the focus should now shift to broader issues affecting all athletes, such as poor infrastructure, funding shortages, and governance challenges within Nigeria's sports sector. Others insist that the growing success of women athletes demonstrates that talent and perseverance can overcome structural barriers. Advocates for gender equality, however, maintain that the visibility and success do not automatically translate into equal funding, media coverage, or institutional support. They argue that sustained policy reforms and investment are necessary to ensure fairness and long-term development. Viewed through the experiences and challenges faced by Nigerian sportswomen, the journey reflects both resilience and unfinished struggle. Their victories represent more than medals. They symbolize the gradual dismantling of stereotypes that once confined women to the sidelines of sports. As Nigeria continues to celebrate athletic excellence, the stories of these women remind the nation that true progress in sports will not be measured only by podium finishes, but by the extent to which every athlete, regardless of gender, receives equal opportunity to compete, thrive, and be heard. This is Mercy Kelani, reporting for Ask Nigeria.